How's it going, people? Salmon Slapper here, and this is your complete guide for the Daemonheim hard task set, start to finish, game on. Quest requirements: you need to have done Salt in the Wound and a Clockwork Syringe. Item-wise, you'll be needing Diving Apparatus and a Fishbowl Helmet. You also need to own Rapid Renewal, and I would highly recommend being on normal prayers as you actually need them. Skill-wise, you need 70 Divination, 69 Cooking, 65 Prayer, 60 Attack, 55 Agility, 55 Thieving, 54 Runecrafting, 30 Magic, 30 Range, 75 Strength, 71 Dungeoneering, and 75 Construction. So, not a lot then. Either way, once you're ready and you have all of these things, head on over to Daemonheim itself and make sure you have your Dungeoneering ring with you, the Ring of Kinship, and get ready to do some delving. So, first things first, you need to complete an occult floor on solo. So, choose any occult floor you have access to, and I would recommend doing it as a C6. And I would also recommend doing it on a medium, as you can probably complete 90% of the tasks within one floor. So, make sure it's an occult, it's a C6, and it's a med. So, as soon as you're in, start the same as usual, pick up all the stuff off the tables, and if you happen to come across any of these items on screen now, keep them, because you need them for all the tasks. Those items are 5 Zephyrian Bars, 5 Bobby Strangler Branches, 1 Boulder Bass, 1 Edicat Mushroom, 1 Cooked Potato, 1 Spine Beam Branch, and at least 1 Rune Essence. You'll likely have the Boulder Bass in the starting room, so I'd highly recommend keeping it and not eating it. The other stuff you can sell. Zephyrian Bars, if you come across the ores, then do go ahead and mine them, as you do need them, and they cost about 12k each from the smuggler. Same with the Bovie Strangler Branches. The Spine Beam Branches is to make a wand. If you have higher magic and runecraft and crafting, then you can actually use the higher tier, but that is the minimum requirement. For the Edicat Mushroom and the Cooked Potato, you can buy both of the seeds from the smuggler at the start, as well as the Rune Essence, which I'd highly recommend doing. So first things first, go ahead and make some lore runes. That is actually one of the hard tasks. So, buy some Rune S and make some lores. Very easy, nice and simple, should be done instantly. Another task to complete is to have 255 ammo bound. That is the maximum capacity for ammo. You also need to start with those already on you. So if you don't actually have them while you've just entered this dungeon, go ahead and buy 255 or make 255 arrows, bind them, leave the dungeon, come back in, and you will get that task done completely and instantly. So all in all, that should be 2 tasks done already. So go through the dungeon same as usual. The only other thing you really need to keep an eye out for is a tier 7 or higher divine energy, as you do need to siphon memories from a tier 7 or above energy rift. So just keep an eye out for one of those. Additionally, while you're running through this dungeon, I would recommend putting on your Rapid Renewal, as you need to leave Rapid Renewal on for 1 minute within a dungeon. So go ahead and turn that on and carry on for a little while. Eventually the task complete will pop up for it. So at this point you should have the bound ammo task complete, make lore runes complete, and Rapid Renewal nearly complete. So the only other thing to look out for is the divine energy and the rest of these items. If you bought the seeds at the beginning, then carry on running through the dungeon until eventually you find a farming patch and you can grow them, which conveniently enough I've just found here. So as soon as you found a farming patch, go ahead and plant your seeds. And there is the rapid renewal task just complete for me. So while you're waiting for these to grow, if you haven't turned your rapid renewal on yet and achieved that task, I would recommend doing it now, as you do have some spare time to wait while these things grow. So as soon as your potatoes have grown, go ahead and pick them all, and then plant your mushrooms. So there we go, once your mushrooms are grown, go ahead and pick them as well. And right now you should have your boulder bass potatoes as well as your mushrooms. We're going to be using those now. So next up you want to head back to the smuggler's room, or if you've come across any kind of random branches, then you can go ahead and make a fire now. If not, head to the smuggler and buy some cheap branches. As soon as you've got your branches, go ahead and start a fire. And you now need to cook your potatoes. So with cooked potatoes, your mushrooms and your boulder bass in hand, go ahead and make sure you right click use, because you can actually eat these. And go ahead and use your boulder bass on one of these mushrooms. Make a boulder bass potato. With your boulder bass potato in hand, use that on your Edicat mushroom, and you will now have a boulder bass and Edicat potato. Do not eat this food until you get to the boss room. The task is to eat it inside the boss room and the boss room only. So moving on, hopefully you've done this. Personally I haven't yet. You need to have a fully upgraded class within your ring equipped. So it's only one class, it only needs to be one of these, and it does get pretty costly towards the end. So like the 9th tier is 57k tokens, and I'm pretty sure the 10th is quite a lot more again. So yeah, you need to fully upgrade one of these, which does take a little while and quite a chunk of tokens. If you have that already capped, then you should have this task already complete as soon as you enter the dungeon. Moving on though, as I said before, keep an eye out for the energies of tier 8 or higher, and go ahead and draw from them. And as soon as you do, that'll be another task complete. So as soon as you've drawn from it, that is another task done. Nice and easy. You just need the luck of coming across tier 7 or above energy. Either way, moving on to the next one. So if you've happened to come across your spine beam trees, or if you've got higher crafting, magic and whatnot, you can go for the gravekeeper instead. Go ahead and cut down your logs, or alternatively if you have the cash, go ahead and buy them from the smuggler. At which point you want to head to the start room. So once you're here, go ahead and craft your spine beam or gravekeeper into a wand. With your wand in hand, right click on the runecrafting altar and imbue staff. And go ahead and turn your wand into a catalytic wand. As soon as you successfully imbued your wand into a catalytic, that is another task complete. Nice and simple. Moving on to the next one. So hopefully you found the boss room, and as soon as you do, make sure you don't kill it just quite yet. Take some damage, make sure you need a little bit of health, and go ahead and eat your boulder bass and eticat potato. As soon as you do, that will be another task complete. So, moving on to the next. So at this point, if you haven't quite got your Zephyrium ore and your Bowie Strangler branches, and you've already killed the boss and you're still in the dungeon, I'd highly recommend going around scavenging every single last tiny resource you can find to see if you can buy up the rest. And once you have your 5 ore and your 5 branches, you now need to turn your ore into bars. And once they are now into bars, we need to create a prayer altar within the start room, and you also need to refill your prayer at it. Fairly straightforward, nice and easy. This one does actually come in handy for the easy task or the med task where you need to find the ice dragon and sacrifice bones. All you need to do is right click on this telegroup portal and choose to replace it, and replace it with an altar. Make sure you have some prayer points missing and go ahead and recharge. Very, very simple. So with that done, it's now time to leave the dungeon. All of the mini things have been done. And you will have another task complete for completing an occult solo. So now that we've finished our occult med, and we've done 80% of the tasks, it's time to take up the rest. Make sure you have your dungeoneering aura, as this will help. Go ahead and start up another one and choose the floors 33, 34 or 35, as we need to kill Balak the Pummeler. And we need to kill him in a bit of a special way. Doesn't matter what complexity you actually choose, as long as Balak the Pummeler is the boss. With your aura, if you haven't used it already, you can select the boss, and you can simply choose Balak from a list. If you've already used that option for today, then simply keep running floors 33 to 35 until eventually you get Balak the Pummeler. So for this entire dungeon, just run through it same as normal until you hit the boss room. So once you finally found this fella hiding in the dungeon, we now need to make Balak walk into his own rifts. So start fighting him until eventually he starts unleashing small little green rifts around the room. such as these. All you need to do is simply make him walk and stand on top of them. And as soon as you do, that is another task complete. Very straightforward, very easy. So there we go. As soon as you've killed Balak and you've made him walk into his own rifts, you can go ahead and finish the dungeon. So, 2 more tasks are now left, and they're both outside dungeoneering. So the first one is kill a rum-pumped crab. This requires a diving helm and the apparatus. If you happen to have lost yours or destroyed them, simply talk to this fella over in the port just northeast of Yanil and ask him about diving, and he will give you a brand new apparatus and a brand new fishbowl helm. I would also recommend having an ectophile with you to teleport over towards Phasmatis, as we need to go to Brain Death Oil. So with your diving apparatus and your fishbowl helm equipped, make your way over to Brain Death Oil. Together, just simply catch a boat to the northeast of the ectophile, or the ectofungus I should say. Go ahead and ask him to take you to Brain Death Oil and get knocked out. So the way to the rum-pumped crabs is head to your south, and you will find some stairs on the far south. Head down those. Then make your way to the northwest of the island. Which point you'll find this zombie gardener's gate. Simply click to open the gate and run through the chat with 50% Luke, and he will let you pass. As soon as you're through, keep heading north, and almost directly in front of you, past this bridge, will be the dungeon with the rum-pumped crags inside. So go ahead and jump down, and as soon as you do, you'll start to be attacked by these rum-pumped crabs. Just go ahead and kill one, and you can go ahead and exit. If the task complete doesn't pop up for you straight away, don't worry, it will pop up as soon as you leave the dungeon. Like that. So, with that one done, there's only one more task to complete, and it's the most annoying one of the lot. That is, you now need to complete all of the Fremennik sagas with 100% completion. So you need to do the full runs with every single little thing complete. So I don't actually have guides on this at the moment, although I have planned to get them up as soon as possible, most likely following the Daemonheim Elite task set, which will either be later today or tomorrow. So keep an eye out for those if you do want those saga guides, and hopefully I'll have them up soon enough. So until later people, congratulations on the hard tasks, and I will catch you later.